Thanks for coming back through the break. We are back again with Alan's third installment of the October Beer Fest. Ooh. What's the topic up for discussion this week?
Okay, so it's kind of a niche genre.
Niche.
I think it's kind of a new thing too. Not a whole lot of people probably heard of this, but I wanted to talk about zombie movies. You guys heard about
That
it?
is new.
Yeah.
I just heard about this in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, I read about it on the internet.
Zombies?
Is that with an I or a Y or an IE?
Depending on who wants to spell it, yes.
Okay. Cool.
But no, yeah, we did. We talked about some of our favorite horror movies, or just horror movies in general. We talked about video games. So I heard Jim was coming back, so I thought maybe we should talk about zombies this week. I did a thing that I had never really had the opportunity to watch in the past. I just watched the original Night of the Living Dead.
You're welcome.
Nothing that I ever really was trying to put off or anything. I just never had an opportunity to watch it. It was never like on the streaming services, or I never had it.
What'd you think?
But good old YouTube got that joker on there for free, so I watched.
That's right.
I think it's in the public domain, or the rights are just out there somewhere or something.
The original, the thing that started all of this.
And so, what was your take on it?
It's kind of messed up a little bit.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. The end sucks, but kind of saw that coming. I hated all the human characters except for the main character.
We've all seen Night of the Living Dead, right?
I've not seen it. That's why.
I've seen it maybe. It's been over 10
I think
years.
I've seen it maybe twice.
So it's only an hour and a half,
Mm-hmm.
Jim. Like I said, just go on YouTube and you can watch it whenever you want. I didn't know you could do that, so
It's good to know.
yeah. It was good though.
It's the progenitor of pretty much everything zombie.
Yeah. I don't think anything else came before that really that I can remember.
There was the one with Tor Johnson, the worst movie ever made. Planned Down from Outer Space.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of a zombie movie.
Okay. Well, this one though, we had they build the lore for us. You know, the dead's rising from the grave. They even talk about
They're coming for you, Barbara.
They're coming for you, Barbara.
They're coming for you, Barbara.
They even have little news reports throughout the movie where they slowly figure out that you gotta shoot him in the head or hit the brain to take him out. So I mean, it started all the what we know as zombies.
Zombies in film.
Yeah.
It's a huge social commentary movie.
It is, especially the end.
Yeah.
Which I won't ruin. But yeah, I liked it. So it got me thinking about other stuff that I haven't seen in that genre. I mean, I've seen like the Dawn of the Dead remake, and Shaun of the Dead is probably one of my favorite zombie movies. 28 days, 28 weeks movies. Mm-hmm. Do you guys have anything that comes off your top of your head?
I remember watching 28 Days Later and really liking it, simply just for the anxiety that it induced. Having fast zombies.
Yeah, because they never straight up say they're zombies.
Yeah.
But you know they're zombies.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a rage virus. It's also why Quarantine's a really good movie too, because they're not really zombies. If you haven't seen that, I won't ruin that either. That's good.
I think there's some things that we can ruin that are out of the statute of limitations. We don't want to ruin Night of the Living Dead because Jim hadn't seen it yet.
No, I wouldn't do that.
It's very good.
Night of the Living Dead was made in what year?
68?
Late 60s, early 70s?
67 or late 60s, early 70s.
Okay.
It was Ramiro's first
Yeah.
zombie movie.
He made what? He did that, and then do we know the next one?
Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead, Diary of the Dead, Land of the Dead.
Land of the Dead is
good. A lot of them.
Are there ones that he hasn't made?
Yeah, they started doing Return of the Living Dead. Has nothing to do with him.
Gotcha. Okay.
Um,
That's like mid 80s.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's on YouTube too.
A lot of the later ones are crap. They're bad. They're just not good.
I like Land of the Dead.
Day of the Dead, the Ramiro version, and I think the remake actually with Ving Rhames, is awful.
I hadn't seen it.
They're just bad movies, just all the way around.
Is that the one where the zombie started thinking, like
yeah,
kinda, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Like he started showing like some sort of.
He really goes
process.
Yeah,
that
I think that's it.
In Land of the Dead, where there's like clearly like a leader hierarchy of the zombies, and
maybe that's the one I'm thinking of.
I like that one. It's like all in an apartment, like all humans are like held up in like a big like hotel. complex area. And there's leaders and stuff, and they think they're all good. And of course, every zombie movie, they gonna get in somehow. Dawn of the Dead remake, though, Zack Snyder, probably one of my favorites.
Really good movie.
I haven't seen that one either.
Yes.
Disturbing as shit, especially with the kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need to watch it.
Omar
Like
Epps
zombies.
and the girl.
They have a baby.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was brutal. That was pretty good though.
Spoiler: it's a zombie baby, and it's disturbing as shit.
Yeah, it's pretty messed up. But then there's like Shaun of the Dead is on the other side of that. But they did a lot of really cool throwbacks to OG, especially after just watching Night of the Living Dead.
You're like, oh, that's what that meant.
Yeah.
Well, I understood it. 'Cause, like I've kind of more or less seen some of that movie, but I've never like just sat down and watched the whole thing. So that was cool. Do you guys have a favorite or?
Okay, this is by far not my favorite movie, but it's a total B horror movie. Have you guys ever seen Redneck Zombies?
No.
No, I have not.
It's completely ridiculous. So the whole premise of the movie are these rednecks are in the woods making moonshine, right? And a barrel of some kind of toxic waste falls off of an army truck. And so these rednecks decide to make moonshine out of the barrel, and they sell the moonshine to all the people, the country people around them. And when they drink the moonshine, they become zombies.
Hey man, here's a barrel of toxic waste. Let's just steal that shit.
Yeah, and it's just completely B movie. There's boobs, there's zombies ripping off clothes, and it's completely.
When was it made?
Oh man, it had to be in. I watched it in like early 2000s the first time, so it had to be made in the 90s or something. I mean, it's completely B movie.
90s B movies are the fucking greatest.
You don't want to watch the whole thing. I mean, it's totally not worth watching the whole thing. But watch the first part, get the premise, and then once they start killing people, it's fucking hilarious, dude. It is super.
I'll have to look into that. That's actually, I'm excited about that.
Redneck Zombies, man. Yeah. Some of my friends swear by it. There's like that's their favorite horror movie. I mean, just as a joke kind of thing, but it's completely ridiculous.
Have you guys seen what was it, Fido? What the premise is that they keep the zombies as pets?
It's the one with Billy Connolly.
I think so.
Where
Yeah.
he's on the leash and they keep him like it's like a pet.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about, but I've never seen it.
Oh, dang it, Bert!
I know.
Listen. Yeah, I've never seen it.
I know of it, but I haven't seen it.
I know of it too.
That's what I should have said.
I was going to see if anybody would see it because I had several people recommend that.
I've heard
to me.
good things about it.
It was supposed to be pretty funny.
I remember the poster. It's like all just red, and it's got his zombie face, and he's got the collar on.
Billy Connolly, pretty much anything he does is generally hilarious. I think one of the ones that I remember most is, well, not remember most, but that sticks in my head is it was an old Japanese zombie movie, or not old Japanese zombie movie, early 2000s, which, God, that's 15 years old now, so kind of is old. But it's called Biozombie. And it was famous because all of the zombies were dusty as shit. They would get hit, they would get shot, and just plumes of dust would just...
So they're ashy.
Ashulary. It was a lot of ashularies. It was hilarious. That's the only reason why.
Oh.
It was because of the dusty zombies.
Okay.
That was pretty much it.
Dusty, pecan
Bio
sandy zombies.
Yeah,
Zombie slash
Biozombie.
mummies slash zombie.
It was weird and funny. But Japanese zombie movies are actually either hilarious or really good.
Yeah, I don't know of any.
It's a totally new subgenre for me.
Yeah, man. That's getting specific.
We're talking about niche stuff.
Yeah,
That
zombies.
was really niche.
Nobody's heard of zombies. We're telling everybody about it right now. Duh.
So is this just about like zombie movies or zombies?
It could be anything.
What about the Dead Rising games?
Those games are awesome, man. Yeah, I like
played
those
the
a
first
lot.
one a lot.
Yeah, the thing I hated about
Chance
it,
Lost.
I hated the time about it.
Yeah,
That was the whole thing about the game.
Oh,
though,
yeah,
is you
yeah,
have a
yeah,
time
yeah.
limit.
Like,
Yeah.
But I'm like, dude, I just want to run around and explore.
Exactly.
It's like the one
That's
like
what I'm
zombies,
talking
where it's
about.
like open world and you can you're in the mall, you can
I want to beat
Yeah.
this
Okay,
zombie
I
in the
remember
head with a flying V.
But you only have a certain amount of time. Like you have to go out and do stuff before it gets dark, and then go hang out. Because when it gets dark, all the zombies get meta crazy, and all their eyes turn red, and you don't want to be out there because you're gonna die for sure.
What did you play? Did you play all of them?
I haven't played the third one because it's only on Xbox One. But I.
Which one's the one with like the crazy weapon crafting stuff?
They did that in the second one.
Okay, where you could have like
where you
chainsaws
duct
on
tape,
the end
you
of
could duct tape a
shovel
chainsaw
or
to
something.
a shovel and then run around. Yeah,
That's awesome.
That's still
it was
cool.
very fun. But I got really good at the first one. Like where I knew, like the time thing started. I started to like get good at it. Like I know where this is. I have to go do this today because if I try to do this tomorrow, there's going to be too many zombies in this area, and I won't be able to go get this gun or save this person because you got to save. You're trying to save as many people as you can.
Yeah.
But I remember if you do, there was a certain thing you had to do, and it unlocked because it was made by Capcom, and it unlocked the Mega Man like hand cannon
Shit.
as
Oh,
a
that's
weapon.
awesome.
Yeah.
So you get it, and you could just start hand cannoning like zombies, and they're like blowing up and stuff. And I remember there was like some crazy achievement on there for like killing like over 7,000. The number was ridiculous, and I remember sitting there for like half the day just drive. There's like you can get to a parking garage,
Yeah.
you get a car, and just mowing down zombies for like 2
I mean,
hours
like, one of the
until
big
the
deals-
achievement pops up.
One of the big deals with the first one was like how many zombies were on the screen at
Yeah,
the same
technology.
time. There were like 100 or 150 of them.
It was crazy. Those are fun games, but like I want to play the new one. I just don't have an Xbox One. So.
Yeah.
We're setting up a fund for Alan. It's Xbox One fund.
Hashtag I need Xbox One.
Go fund me.
Go fund me.
When he flies
Please buy
around
me an
your
Xbox.
head, make you look real sad.
I'm okay so far. Like there hasn't been too many things that are only on there where I'm like God. But
Tomb Raider 2.
we already talked this. I can wait a year.
Yeah, I know.
There's other things to play, but I can't play Halo and anything else.
Yeah.
Dead Rising 3, I do want to play that a lot. Can't play that. There's something else, but we're not talking about Xbox right now, so whatever.
What about the Walking Dead, like the episodic?
The Telltale games?
Yeah.
I've only played the first season.
First season is superb.
It's super depressing, but very, very good storytelling. As far as like a game goes, it's not really like you're there for the story,
Yeah.
mostly.
Right.
Or you
The
just-
gameplay's not that great, but the
Yeah.
story's.
The gameplay is actually better than some of the past Telltale stuff. And
Right.
It seems like I played it on PS3, and it seems like they fixed a lot of like their engine hiccups and bugs and stuff. So for the most part, through my playthrough, it went pretty well.
Well, I got it on PS4 and I still had problems.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shit.
It seemed like it was kind of localized to just specific
Not
people.
those.
Yeah.
So I haven't played the second season, which I'll get around to that at some point because I got both of them sitting on my hard drive. I don't know if I'd ever want to go back though and see what other choices. Cause like I think the cool thing about that game is you make those choices and then somebody's gonna die and they're not just gonna be there anymore. And I feel like if I like went back and like try to redo some of that stuff, it would like do my story a disservice. Because this is like it's like your own story kind of. I mean, everybody can have the same outcomes if they make the same choices, but like you don't know what's gonna happen, and like going back there and changing it, I think would like do a little bit of a disservice. So
Yeah, you kind of short circuit the intrigue about what makes the game
Right.
cool.
Yeah.
So this season, like 2, if you played 3, does it carry over? I don't know anything about it.
I don't know. I didn't play them that much.
Bert,
And a 3.
do like if you've played season 1, does it carry over choices?
Some of them, yeah.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I like that. All right. Well.
Oh, Jim, have you been watching?
Yeah, Walking Dead.
Fear the Walking Dead?
Yeah, I did watch Fear the Walking Dead. Yeah. Did you guys watch any of that or no?
I haven't seen any of it yet.
Nope.
I would recommend it. I thought it was really, really good. They start off kind of with the idea of almost like a family drama inside the zombie apocalypse, and then as the apocalypse unfolds, it's good. You have really good character development. It's a little slow on the front end, but once it hits the fan, it's awesome.
It's kind of like happening like during the outbreak. Isn't it?
Exactly, it's happening
Okay.
in the outbreak in LA, and but there's only 6 episodes to the season.
Okay.
So
So it's like the shorty, kind of like the first season of Walking Dead, where it's like
Yeah.
6 or 7
Exactly,
episodes. Okay.
exactly.
Okay.
But it got renewed for a second season, and where they left off was very intriguing. I won't spoil it for you, but I would highly recommend watching the show.
How does it differ in like tone and setup and that kind of thing from the actual Walking
Well,
Dead? main
The
series?
Walking Dead is obviously you're thrown right into it, and it's more the situation's more dire.
Mhm.
But in Fear the Walking Dead, you the viewer has the understanding of what's happening, but the characters don't. And so some of where the tension comes from is you knowing this and them not knowing this, and you're watching some of the drama that unfold for the characters, and so the anxiety that you kind of get, I guess, out of watching these sorts of zombie themes, they're it's a nice new take on it because they don't see where it's how serious the situation is. There's a lot of denial, and there's just a lot of ignoring it for the first few episodes.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And that's an intriguing angle to take, I think. But you have very interesting characters within the show. You have kind of this blended family. You have a son who's a drug addict, and so how's a drug addict survive?
Supposed to cope with all that.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
how does he survive in the apocalypse? And so he's trying to get clean, but he's the first one that actually discovers the zombies, and everyone thinks he's just high.
Yeah.
And so
That's a cool. I like that.
It's
I like that.
It's super well thought out. So everyone thinks he's just crazy, for the first few episodes.
And yeah, I mean, you've read more Walking Dead than I have. I mean, is any of this? This is all completely.
This is all completely new. It's nothing in the comics. I'm current on the comics, and
Kirkman's still been somewhat.
yeah,
behind
he's
it, right?
he's involved in he's involved in the writing of Fear the Walking Dead.
Okay.
But like I said, I would highly recommend it. When you were talking about getting your achievements and mowing down zombies,
Yeah.
Dead Rising, the new premiere episode of The Walking Dead had an insane opening. It was really cool. They had like this giant zombie horde that had like probably 1,000 zombies in it that they were trying to deal with.
Oh my god.
That was super insane. So if you guys are into that
So
shit,
far behind.
you guys
Dude,
you guys gotta get current on this stuff. It's really
I've
good.
watched all of season 5, the most recent season that's on.
Oh yeah, so you're just waiting for the season though.
I'm still plowing through Clone Wars, and I'll probably try to get back into Walking Dead after Clone Wars.
Yeah.
Star Wars. Yes.
It all
Not Star Wars.
Take your lightsaber and strike me down now.
Palpatine does kind of look like a zombie, especially in
Yeah.
the prequels.
No.
Oh, that's great.
I feel your anger.
All right. Does that wrap it up? Does that wrap up the Fear Fest? We talked about movies and games and a little bit of comics and TV.
Yeah.
Any more zombie stuff?
Can we think of anything else?
No.
I think we have the video games.
Walking Dead's like
hard
pretty
last
much the only zombie show that's ever been, right?
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah.
Like a television show.
Yeah, I can't really think of anything that stands out. We might be missing something. If we miss something, let us know. Comments, email, whatever.
So I don't know, I might just try to see if I can get watch some of Romero's other zombie movies just to watch them.
Yeah, I think you've inspired me to go check out some of that stuff.
Definitely watch Night of the Living Dead because that was something that I probably should have watched years ago.
Yeah.
As much of a fan of the genre of horror that I am, that's just one of those movies. It's like saying that you haven't watched King Kong. You're like watching, action, adventure, sci-fi stuff. I'm like, you should probably watch King Kong at some point.
Go back to the roots.
Like regardless of if it holds up still or not.
Yeah, or if you like it or not, it's just like this is where pretty
Like
much
there
where
were some
everything
parts
came from.
in Night of the Living Dead that I just like, this is stupid,
Yeah.
right? Like when the humans just start arguing with each other, the conversation could have lasted about 5 minutes. It goes on for about 10, and they're just talking about the same thing the whole time. But it's still something that I had to watch, just to have watched it.
I mean, it's got some dated conventions to it, just because it's an older movie.
Right.
But
I
as
didn't
far
hate
as it being a zombie movie,
No, yeah,
still holds
it's
up.
probably the most important.
And the
Just
social
because
commentary
of
at the end.
what it
Yeah,
is
it's
and
like-
what it started.
The grandfather of zombie movies.
Right.
Yeah, pretty much.
So no, I think we can put a stamp on Week 3.
Know your roots.
Ooh.